So in terms of Peter, were you going to jump in on that one?
No, I was just grunting in thought. That's what I do.
You are more than welcome to continue to do so. Professor Yu, I want to ask you a little bit about the remedies that might be available on the technical side. So let's say someone was sourcing protected imagery or some sort of protected works, and that was used in the training data. Unlicensed, it was wrong. Is there a way to teach a machine to forget what it learned, a sort of machine unlearning process?
Yeah, there are some research work going on machine learning, but this is still in its infancy. And then when we involve with the legal type of suits, right? Then there also is a question of there is a lack of agreeable metric to verify its forgiveness, right? For example, how do you verify that if the company say, okay, I already unlearned this this piece of artwork, right? So how do you really verify that he's indeed forgive this, right? Because art, this kind of thing, a little bit abstract because we are talking about styles, right? So it's hard to quantify or measure. So let's look at a case which is easier to understand, like classification. Okay, so let's say we take a million patients' mammogram to train AI machine, so the machine can look at a mammogram and say whether that mammogram has a breast cancer or not. Okay, then one of the patients say, okay, you have not gotten my agreement to take this take my mammogram to train the AI algorithm, right? So you should unlearn it. So what does that really mean, right? Because this mammogram with cancer, right? Maybe a lot of the mammogram with cancer are very similar. I mean, we trained with a million images. So whether we have that particular imaging there may not make any difference. Okay, it means that whether we include it in the training data or not included in the training data, it doesn't affect the parameter in the model. Okay, but let's say the company make an effort to maybe take that image out, right? Either forgive it or retrain the model. But how do you verify that indeed happened? So let's say if originally we take that patient's mammograms, right, as a test data and use the algorithm to make a prediction. If the algorithm say, okay, this particular mammogram image, we have 95% confidence that it have breast cancer. Now, after you unlearn it, the algorithm say now we have 80%, 85% confidence it has cancer. But is that sufficient for you to convince that the algorithm has forget that particular image because the confidence come down, or you think it should come down even more to 50% confidence in order for you to convince that it has forgive? So you can see that, right? There's no clear answer to this. To what kind of evidence you need to really convince that it has been unlearned, right? And in a lot of cases, whether you unlearn or not, it doesn't really change the model because we are training from a very large amount of corpus, right? Say like from 1 million paintings. So a single one doesn't really have that much effect on the whole thing.
So I think Professor Philip actually talking about on the very good technical, provide very, very good technical insight for this. It is so true on this. But let's actually step back a little bit here. I think we're getting into a philosophical problem, right? Steve Jobs actually once said, good artists copy, great artists steal. So that really means it's like human can learn from multiple sources and then blend in or reproduce some of their original work and then blend into a new product, right? So any successful product has to actually build on the previous successor. So that's number one, right? So, and the second part for that is, I think there's a bug actually in our law here. We try to draw a line between human and machines, right? Because of this drawing a line, that actually causing so many of these logical conflict in our sense. So think about that, right? If I am a human, I just actually learn all these actually great artwork from all these great artists, and then I produce my work that learning from them. And I think from the copyright law, right, that immediately saying, okay, I will be the one that originated, I own the copyright for the work. But the machine actually try to do the same thing that will yield different results. That's actually very contradictory in my opinion.
That's a really interesting thought.